Right, brothers, let me just record this magical moment, because it certainly was magical. So I'm just returning from my trip to the mall, picked up a new pair of trainers. Necessity, not an indulgence. I only came out with 2 pairs of trainers for the whole winter, and I've already basically wrecked 1 pair from the gym and walking around in them, so they're gonna be my gym trainers now. So I went down to the mall and got the trainers. I got into the mall about, I'd say about maybe 8:30, something like that, by the time I got down there. It's been a good Renaissance day overall. Every day is a Renaissance day, to be honest. Good work stuff, nice little strength session in the gym, quite a long one. Seeing a different video there. And then, yeah, a few more things to deal with, and then got going. I walked down to the mall because my aim was to get a bus. Serbian bus system definitely I found quite confusing, so I ended up walking down there. It's fucking miles, man. About a couple of miles down to the mall. Go buy the trainers, happy with them. And I think, well, now I've got a wingman in my pocket. Not just any wingman either. I've got the fucking entourage in my pocket. The entourage. I've got fucking Paul University in my pocket. I've got Sinner to Winner in my pocket. I've got Christian fucking Casanova in my pocket. I've got the fucking Ricardo. The fucking steamroller of Copenhagen or Stockholm. Steamroller of Stockholm. I've got some absolute boys in the pocket. And we all appreciate seeing each other's sessions, basically. So yeah, what I did was basically turn on the well, no, let me proceed. What I did to start the session was turn on the phone and go, right, boys, I'm going to go in for 3, 2, 1, let's hit it. That's how I started the session. Before that, I thought to myself, let me just casually begin the session. I'll do a couple of approaches before, then I'll message the boys and be like, yeah guys, I'm on a session, whatever. And what I found was, well, I bottled a couple of approaches. One of them, I even like put my hand up to stop the girl and then just took my hand back down again. So it's interesting right now because I'm in a new country and stuff. It's definitely a new environment for me. So there's certain countries I can go to and it's like going home from home. And although actually I'm really enjoying Serbia, it's definitely different, you know. I don't speak the language, whatever. So then I thought, okay, well I bottled 2 already. That's bullshit. And I saw another one who, no, in fact, yeah, the one I put my hand up to stop. Well, no, I just bottled her. I can't remember. But I would re-encounter her later on. Once I put my note into the entourage to be like, right, boys, I'm on a session now. So I've got some accountability, and I've also got, I know that the force of life is with me. Okay, I'm not just alone out here, you know, on a fucking limb. The life force is with me, you know. That's the main thing. It's not really that anyone told me anything specific. I just knew they were there. And old Ricardo has been recording his exploits in Stockholm blow by blow, so I did the same yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. It made for such an enjoyable session to report back, as opposed to, you know, just doing it all on my own, riding the highs and lows on my own, and then maybe doing a video at the end of the day. It's actually just not as good. So I used the virtual wingman to start the session, and then pretty much straight away did my 3. You know, yeah, pretty much straight away, to be honest with you. First one was, I would call it a classic sort of fairly timid open, where I walk ahead of the girl so she can kind of see me. I look at my phone, I turn around, and then I just kind of casually open it from that point. So that's what I did for the first one. Didn't speak any English. She went off with a friend, like giggling, you know, like I definitely communicated why I was approaching her, so that was good. Yeah, it was good. She enjoyed the approach, definitely. And did a couple more. Can't really remember too much about them, to be honest. Yeah, I think maybe the third one was in front of a group of teenagers, if I remember correctly. I mean, a group like nearly 100, and it was a 4-set as well of intense Serbian girls in intense discussion. So there we go. Done my 3, right? Done my 3. Great sense of achievement, great testo booster. You don't need steroids, man. You just need fucking hit the gym, do cold approach, do kizomba. There you go. That's my steroids. Learn Serbian. Utorak. That means Tuesday. You know what kind of people call Tuesday Utorak? So, fucking barbarians. So yeah, go for have a break, and I'm like, yeah, I could. My goal was to do 3. I've done 3. What a fucking night! Brilliant end to the day. Go sit down, have a break, have a drink, and you know how it goes. Once you've done 3, now you know you're like, yeah, now I'm rolling. Now I'm who I should be. So I was like, well, let's do a couple more. So I think I did 3 more, and the third, yeah, all interesting, you know. And then the third one, she was a perfume girl, and it was the girl that I'd missed earlier on. And she was so, I was looking for scale today. I was looking for a true hourglass, and she was a true hourglass, this woman. Full fucking kudos to her. She looked amazing. She looked fucking amazing. The scale of this woman, God. So yeah, approached her. She didn't speak a lick of English, and I love those sets. I love them because it's just like, you know, me trying to bring some Serbian out of myself, which after 1 week is still quite challenging. Getting the dictionary out on my phone, a lot of eye contact. She appreciated the approach, definitely. She was asking me a little bit about myself and stuff, and then when I went for the Instagram, she said she had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend. It's just a minor point, but anyone who uses the phrase boyfriend objection, you shouldn't say that. The whole history of a lot of the lingo around talking to the members of the opposite sex online, like the online lingo, a lot of it was developed by people who didn't really know what they were doing. Call it a boyfriend objection. She has a boyfriend. You've cold approached her in the day. Okay. It's not an objection, okay? It's the reality of the situation. And the girl who will give you a number, despite the fact she has a boyfriend, honestly, I genuinely don't want that girl. Even for a night, I'm not interested. So, full respect, full kudos to her. And I was just making my final video, just to say, boys, like, I re-encountered the babe that I saw earlier on. The gods of cold approach gave me a second chance. So I went in again, and this time it was fucking great. And I was just making that video when I saw the vision. I saw the fucking vision, dude. The vision I've been thinking about. Yeah. The vision I've been thinking about. This, you know, attractive Slavic girl, you know, dark fucking hair. Bro, this girl was stacked to an, I mean, front loaded. Like, I've been in a country like Brazil and Dominican where they're very much back loaded to a saintly extent, right? Incredible extent. This girl was front loaded, man. Like, fucking hell, incredible. Super sleek as well. She had spandex on the whole. I'm just like, I stopped her. I was just like, man, you look absolutely incredible. I can't remember much of the beginning. I said, you know, you like going to the gym or something, but it was hard-hitting compliment to begin with, and then like transition. You look like you go in this place, and she liked it. She liked the compliment. She liked it from the get-go, and she could actually, you know, she could talk back basically. She could walk and talk. And she was definitely the best I'd approached today, for sure the best by a margin. Well, she was 24. She came across older in the terms of the way that she spoke, not the way that she looked. Which I said, I was like, she said, how old do you think I am? I said about 27. Anyway, but not on looks, more on just speech. And yeah, so basically we're talking, and we stood talking for like 30 minutes. We stood talking for about 30 minutes. And I'm going, wow, this is fucking, what a conversation. This is so fucking interesting. I think at one point I mentioned Nietzsche. I was like, I don't know why. And she's like, yes, of course, Nietzsche, you know, like everybody has read all of Nietzsche, you know. Yeah, and then I invited to sit down. We sit down, and then we sit down for an hour on these benches we sit down for an hour on the benches in the mall. And we just had this like incredibly in-depth conversation about so many fucking topics: culture, free thinking, what is free thinking, just deep philosophical things. She's basically a girl who works in the corpo world. I was going to sit on my jacket here. She works in the corpo world, and she wants to do something a bit more soulful. She's trying to get into the arts. So we had some like interesting discussions about that as well. Yeah, I don't even really know what to say about that last approach, to be honest. It wasn't even an approach, it was like a truly fascinating conversation. And then when we were leaving the mall, because the mall closed, and then the cleaning staff were in the mall. And then eventually at the end I was like, oh wait, let me get your number, you know. And she was like, oh yes, I'm surprised you didn't already ask me, you know, like whatever. Just a very cool girl, like genuinely cool, genuinely enjoyable to talk to, beyond the fact, the beauty, you know, which was definitely present and correct. Yeah, just the way she was, she kind of reminded me a bit of, I think she's called Ivana Navratilova in the Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye. The main love interest, not the nympho one, the one who's like the main love interest. This girl had something about her that was similar to that. A bit darker, a bit bigger, probably not quite as ridiculously stunning face, but like she still was attractive. And yeah, just a fucking amazing conversation basically. So this chick was Bosnian, you know, moved into Serbia and stuff like this. It's just passionate Serbian as well. So I can't even go into that conversation because it was a 90-minute conversation on a cold approach session, which would have been a conversation which, like, if I'd had it with mates, yeah, it was as in depth as I would have with a lot of mates, you know. Fucking incredible night, and having like leaning on friends during the session for me was the difference between doing a session and not doing a session. It's that simple. If I'd not had the entourage in the pocket, my boys in my pocket, I wouldn't have done a session. I'd have gone, oh, I'm not feeling it tonight. And I would have come out on like Saturday and I'd have done some approaches, but the point is there were opportunities tonight, including this incredible conversation I had. I was able to actually capitalize on it. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. I just wanted to What a place, man. I mean, look where the fuck I am. Look where I am. You see that there? Oh, it's behind the trees. The St. Savas Cathedral. Oh, we may as well continue the walk and talk. If you're watching the video, you've come this far. And just end at the cathedral. So yeah, then just walked all the way back up. Electrifying feeling, man. Fuck me, like, you know. As I say, this is a country which is, it's certainly, I love it, but it's certainly outside zona de comfort. Fuck knows how you'd say that in Serbo-Croat. So yeah, the last couple of days I've done 9 approaches. 9. I think I got 1 Instagram yesterday. Couple of guys' Instagrams in the coffee shop because they were French, and I always want to, like, you know, I always want to get to know the local French explorers. They're fucking in every city in the world, and they're always complete fucking dons and legends. And then today the approaches were definitely a notch up for sure down in that mall. And the last one was just like, so I wanted to record this video because it's like, it's a fucking moment, man. That was a moment. Like, when do you have a 90-minute conversation with someone on a fucking cold approach that you actually enjoy? I did find myself having some, like, should we say, post, like, during the approach, I started to feel quite tense at times, like in my body and stuff. Who knows why that is, to be honest. I think it's also just meeting a new person, you know, just meeting a new person. So here we go, St. Savas Church. We'll even go a little bit closer. But yeah, I think part of it is just meeting a new person, you know. I think, you know, it would possibly even be like that with any, like, a new group of guys you met, you know. Possibly. But yeah, cold approach in the day. So I got some secondary kind of nerves, whatever. But anyway, it was all fine. It was all fine. It was all good, man. It was all good. And even when I got that little bit of extra, whatever, I was just like, fuck, just, you've been through this before, mate. I mean, which I have, you know. It's just, I just do weird little things, like I'll just maybe tense a muscle or something, then relax it. Whatever the fuck I do. I shouldn't really swear in front of the Almighty, but I just want to finish on this image. Yeah, this is what, so this is really, so I said to the boys in the entourage on Sunday, for me, like, I don't want to be spending too much time doing big, you know, shots of 10 sessions and stuff, which I did on Saturday and Sunday, because I really came for this, you know, for a spiritual retreat. I'm living right next to this cathedral. I'm coming here every day. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm just really getting my year going. My year really starts end of August. So this is, for me, it's like the engine room of my year. And it's also a time to think and, you know, yeah, and have my little retreat. But then I also thought, so that was, I'm thinking, you know, I shouldn't really be doing sessions, you know, I should really be, maybe do a couple of sessions like on a Saturday and Sunday. I woke up on Monday and I saw one of the boys like out fucking hammering it, and I'm like, you know, if you can do 10 on a Monday, I can go out and do 3. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was my mindset. I thought, well, once you've done everything you need to do, you've been to the cathedral, you've done all your work. I've even learned a bit of Serbo-Croat, been to the gym twice in the last couple of days. I've done everything I need to do. Yeah. Then I can go out and, you know, I can just kind of have a guilt-free, you know, little session. Let's just do 3. You know, use the wingmen. Fucking some really interesting I think he might be the guy who was a martyr, who essentially founded Serbia. So yeah, I was calling upon the gods of cold approach though today. It's a different type of god, that one. You need to sacrifice to them, and you need to fucking sacrifice yourself, and then they will reward you. I don't know how it all plays out in the sky, but I know that's true. I know it's true. So I'll leave things there. Night and God bless.